Hello shareholders, and what is in this week's show? Well, first up we've got Pheasants, filmed by Aaron. It's a Rizzini day, so it's paid for, which is marvellous. And it features Edward King, who some of you are a bit nervous about when he suggested leaving his gun by the door, but he's an awfully nice chap. And you have to remember he lives in a castle. And then I go off with a mission to produce a piece that will help you buy your first pheasant gun. One of the things we keep forgetting is that there are people coming into the sport and we're perhaps sometimes being a bit too informed and too kind of far down the line with our programming. We need to do some basic stuff as well. And although this is basic, I think you'll enjoy it. Part of this is a survey, and please can you take part? If you're a pheasant shooter, which gun do you like to use most? And there's a link to the survey in the description below, or just leave a comment saying which make of gun you would choose. What's your favourite for pheasant shooting? We're looking for a kind of thumbnail statistic on how many Berettas, Brownings, Blasers, Bettinsollis and other letters of the alphabet you've got between you. Oh, change of scenery. Battery ran a bit low. Our social media guru Meredith is running that poll, and if you've already filled it out to find out which shotgun is most popular, which are the most popular shotgun brands, then don't do it again. This is a busy time of year for her as we head towards the high point of our view count on YouTube. Tends to be around about, well, between Christmas and the end of February for hunting channels worldwide. And we are going well at the moment. A couple of weeks ago we were on around about 50,000 views a day. Now we're up to 70,000 views a day. That's a 30% increase. So more of that, please. And here is Meredith to talk about it.
Hi Charlie and shareholders, a quick look ahead from me towards December. Facebook is one of the most visited sites in the world on Christmas Day, and to many brands it's the ultimate day for social media. That may sound a little sad, but it's true. I guess we're just not sitting around the dining room table playing Trivial Pursuit as much as we used to do. But it's not just Christmas Day. Online trends indicate that we're going to see a significant uplift in engagement on our social platforms over the entire festive period. To support this, you'll see more Facebook and Instagram stories from us, and we'll be on hand to respond to more messages too. As ever, keep your news, stories and videos coming into us. We aim to respond to every single one, just like Santa. I'll have another update for you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you, Meredith. Now, something else that's around the corner, not just Christmas, is the general election. I really feel like Brenda from Bristol about this one. So what should we do to cover the general election in the UK? We have got, well, a few options. I don't want to replicate stuff that other people are doing. If they're doing it perfectly well, why should we? For example, Basque has got a very good constituency finder, which eventually I hope will have lists of MPs, lists of prospective MPs and what they think about shooting sports. I hope Countryside Alliance is going to do the same thing about hunting. And I think where we could really score is by using our lever of media. So I think we should concentrate on the good guys and the bad guys, the saints and the sinners amongst the prospective parliamentary candidates. So, for example, a good guy is Simon Hart, used to be Chief Executive of the Countryside Alliance. Now he's a sitting MP, and I hope he will remain a sitting MP. I think he's had a government ministerial position, so that's a good thing. Amongst the bad guys, we've got Zach Goldsmith for the Tories, who's an MP for Richmond, who's the one who wants to ban the import of trophies. So effectively he wants to ban hunting tourism in another country, which is a little bit harsh. And we've got Sue Hayman for Labour, who's the mad person from Shadow Defra who brought out Labour's plan for the countryside, which is frankly terrifying and does not have any hope for hunting and shooting sports. Now the good thing is Workington and Richmond are both marginal seats, so perhaps a little bit of media will have an effect there. Perhaps we'll be able to give them a shove and get them out. Something that's going to have to go by the wayside until after the election, unfortunately, is our aspirations for the Commonwealth Games. You know, we want to be host broadcaster for that, and we are pushing for an alternative Commonwealth Games shooting event to take place either at Bisley or at Altcar, just north of Liverpool, preferably Altcar, because that will leave a legacy shooting ground for the north of England. The next stage in that is to get the backing of the sports minister, and of course we won't know who the sports minister is until they are appointed just before Christmas, and then they'll be too full of turkey to really talk to us. So I suspect I'll be getting back to you about that in January. Now, membership cards. Thank you very much for your emails and your comments last week about membership card, which is what goes with our idea to have a discount club. So one of your shareholder benefits will be to get percentages off some of our advertisers' brand kit in shops. It seems to be popular support for a card of some kind, and perhaps to go alongside a PDF that you can carry on your phone. Shareholder Mark Moore suggests sensibly we should have a PDF that's emailed to you directly after you've signed up, and so I'm looking at a company called Azolve, which I think does that rather well. And for those of you like Michelle Pollet who do not like entering their names and details into online forms, and I completely understand that, we can also do a card version. The question remains, are you happy for us to do a cardboard card version? I'll find some good quality card. It won't be just a piece of flimsy 300-gram paper, but I'd rather that than going down the plastic access card route, if that's okay. And finally, we have some treats coming up for you in the programme. David is the school mam to Roy Lupton and Andy Crow's naughty little children, and they're off to Sweden to hunt wild boar, a driven hunt for wild boar sponsored by Aimpoint. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be out in the next few weeks, and I will see you next week.